Hi, welcome to Fanboy and Critic, our show where we go see new movies out in theaters and give you our review.
Both the good and the bad. I'm Joe Mortiz and I'll be your fanboy.
I'm Sam Wike-McClure, I'll be your critic. This week on Fanboy and Critic, we went to go see Abigail, starring Melissa Barrera, Catherine Newton, Dan Stevens, Angus Cloud, Giancarlo Esposito. It's directed by Tyler Bertinelli Olpen and Tyler Stevens? Tyler Gelpin? Tyler Gillette. Perfect. And if you know what Abigail is about, it's a horror movie about a little girl who is also a vampire, and this group of kidnappers kidnap her, and things don't go well for them.
We kidnapped a fucking vampire.
All right, Jay. These are the guys who have directed the last two Scream movies. They're really known for their horror and for Ready or Not. What did they do well?
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. Overall, I think they made a really fun movie.
Yeah.
And it's an original. I mean, we've all seen vampires, of course, but it's something we haven't seen lately. You know, it wasn't a remake. It wasn't a part 2 of anything. And I think that's what I enjoyed about it. It was like a fresh story. I didn't know what to expect. Mm. And they're really good with surprises, these guys. Which
twists.
Yeah, there was a lot of twists and it took a lot of turns, and you know, I was kind of surprised by that. I really came into this movie like with low expectations. I actually didn't care for it, actually, you know. It's like, I've seen vampires, it's happened too many times. Well, they picked like the perfect comedic relief. That guy was hilarious. Like every time he spoke, like something funny came out, and it was like at the right moment. There was never a time where I was like, oh, that was dumb. And I really like that guy. I don't know who he is, but he played his part perfect.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of movies. He's the one guy, he's the tough guy in every movie. Yeah. And you can't remember his name.
Yeah, so like going into that and going into the actors, I think the people they chose were like really on point. Like they were like, this person could play this part, this person could play this part. And yeah, the selection was great. Everyone played their part to the T. I think Abigail herself was pretty scary because whenever there's a little kid villain that's like a monster or a vampire, it freaks me out. Like
was she scarier than Megan?
Oh yeah, a lot scarier than Megan. And I think it was like the ballerina dancing and the music, like that was so creepy for me.
It was real creepy.
But overall the actors were great. I mean, I think the vampires looked good. The story was cool. There was a lot of cool twists and turns.
They got what they wanted out of the actors. Whether or not they cast them to be a certain way, they got what they needed to.
Yeah.
I mean, my criticisms are kind of minor. I feel like a lot of the movie was in the trailer.
Yeah.
The pacing was kind of off for me because it took a long time at the beginning of the movie to get to where the trailer started. The trailer starts by exposing the premise, and I mean, if you're watching this and haven't seen the trailer, I guess spoiler alert. But
I didn't think of that.
They acknowledge that the little girl is a vampire at the very beginning of the trailer, and it takes them, I don't know, 20 minutes in the movie to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I'm just like, okay, we know, like, let's get to we already know, like, you're trying to build us up. You're trying to juice us into this moment that we already know is coming because it's in the trailer.
You're right.
But that being said, there were so many twists and other turns that happen in the movie that I was like, okay, you didn't give it all away. I had actually high expectations because I saw the cast and I saw the directors, and I really thought the trailer and the premise were interesting. So I think you had low expectations and it beat your expectations. I had really high expectations. I say it was a little bit lower than like full expectations, but I think it did a lot of really great things. It was really creepy. It did all the things a horror movie should do, and some of the things that it shouldn't do. We're done with jump scares. It's 2024. Stop it with jump scares. Their lore was kind of sloppy. Like we didn't really know how people became vampires. Like what
they just dismissed that.
What they do. They spend a good amount of time going, what can vampires do? How can we can kill vampires? But they never really fully address it in the movies, and it becomes a point of importance at the climax. And so like when the climax happens, it's a little bit sloppy because I'm like, okay, I needed more explained for this to make sense.
Yeah, to have an attachment to it, I guess.
Yeah, they kind of do like an ADR where somebody is like pointed away and they like try and give a one line like, this is why that worked or didn't work, to avoid spoilers. And you know, it just could have been seeded early in the movie. They could have done that ADR early in the movie, and then it would have been like, oh, we could have known that all along. That's what a good twist does, is having been established ahead of time, and then the audience feels smart by either getting it or going, oh, that thing. Yeah. All right, Jay, convince the critics out there to go see this movie.
Critics, you're gonna want to go watch this movie because you've seen every other vampire type story movie, and it's by, you know, these guys. The Gillette brothers. I don't know.
Tyler Bertinelli, Olpin, and no, it's
who's it?
Let me look it up. Matt Bettinelli, Olpin, and Tyler Gillette.
Yeah, those guys. I mean, you know what to expect. I like the new Scream series. I mean, they also worked on
Ready or Not.
Yeah,
Have you seen Ready or Not?
Yeah, I've seen Ready or Not.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I mean, you know what to expect from these guys, and it's a fresh new movie. It's something new, you know. It's not a remake like we've been getting.
All right, fanboys, listen. You got your fanboy Lord and Savior Henry Cavill out in a competing movie this weekend. You got to go support your boy. Support Guy Ritchie. I'm a hypocrite because we obviously didn't go see that. We went to go see this instead. I still very much want to see that this weekend. Yeah. I don't know if there's time. All right, Jay, on to the ratings.
Where am I at with you, Abigail? You know what? Just because I found out who the producers were and the director was, I was going to shoot a little high, but now I compare it to the other stuff, so I'm at a like.
Okay.
It still was a fun movie for me. Like I said, I came in there with really low expectations. I didn't make much of it, but it was fun. It was funny. There was action. There was twists. It's a fun enough movie to watch. I suggest it. Let's go in there mindless.
Okay. Yeah. See, with that same thought process, I think this is better than the last Scream that they did.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
The last Scream that they did was fine. The one that they rebooted the franchise with was better than this movie. I think this is their second. No, Ready or Not was better. So this is their third best movie, right, but not their worst. I'm still gonna go with. I'm also gonna go with a like. I liked it. I would probably watch it again with somebody who hadn't seen it. I'm not gonna go out of my way to get the Steelbook Blu-ray, but it was fun. It was an interesting premise, and they did a good job. All right, fanboys and critics, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Go check out the Patreon and the Discord, and we'll see you next week for Challengers.
And we'll see you for the next review. I like the new Scream series. I mean, they also worked on
Ready or Not.
Yeah,
Have you seen Ready or Not?
Yeah, I've seen Ready or Not.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I mean, check it out.
Why did I ask you? We saw it together.
We did?
We saw it for the channel.
Oh, we totally did.